Welcome back. I truly don't think I'm walking out on a limb when I say that I'm surrounded by two of the greatest men to ever walk this planet. John Herrington and Al Fracassa, legendary coaches. We did the math. 94 years worth of head coaching experience here in Michigan. Can't thank you enough for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You excited to get at it again? 4 days away from the kickoff of the 2011 high school football season. What goes through your head? What gets going in your blood when this time of August comes around?
Well, I'll say for me, it is, are we ready? You work all the time in the off season, but when it gets here, you think, did I forget this or did I forget that? But the excitement level is very high.
There's always such great expectations too, Coach, and
Yes.
you know that the bar is high at Brother Rice, and
Yes.
there's always a standard to live up to.
Yes, and like John, you worry about if you got a couple of guys in the right spot, and it's personnel, things, and you want to make sure that you got all the essentials down, and we have only 3 or 4 days to do that.
Now, you guys scrimmaged against each other a couple days ago, which is a good move, I think, because you know that you both play at the same level. Harrison coming off the state championship, you know you're always going to get a good test when you go up against the boys from Brother Rice. What did you take away from that matchup, and how does it feel to have that target on your back? 16th in the country, Coach.
Well,
Yes.
overrated. We love playing against Brother Rice. They got class kids, and we play them in the passing league and so on. We kind of started it before we were in their division for the state tournament. But we decided to keep it, and if we do play in the state tournament, it's quite a few games away.
Now, he says overrated. You saw some of these key talents that he was showcasing the other day.
Well,
Overrated or not? Is Harrison the team to beat?
They've got some very good football players, and that Berberich, I can still see him. He caught a pass against us, and I thought we were going to tackle him, but he kind of went all the way to the opposite field and scored a touchdown. He's a very good football player.
It was almost a little bit disappointing last year when you two were matched up so early in the postseason. Let me ask you now, was Brother Rice the best team that you faced last postseason?
It was by far the best game, and they were a very, very good team. Lowell was a good team, so there are a lot of good teams, but we got a great tradition with Rice. They beat us more than we beat them, by the way. And so there's a lot of emotion in that game, and that was the toughest game. And, we got a little break at the end, or we wouldn't have been there.
Now, you're not taking it lightly out of the gate. What a great event the Big Day Prep Showdown is at Rynearson Stadium. And Saturday, your 2 games are the final 2 games on the schedule. You get no rest for the weary right out of the gate. You have to face Dennis Norfleet and Martin Luther King. He tore you up last year in the season opener. What do you do to prepare for a talent like that?
Well, he's got speed, and if he's got a couple of yards, he's going to go all the way. That's the kind of speed he has. We watched his scrimmage the other day, and he's a very good football player, and we've got to be on our toes defensively. So if something happens defensively, I'm not coaching that side of the ball, and John isn't either. Yes. So you can blame my defensive coaches.
Now, Coach, the final game on the slate is Harrison and Cass Tech.
Right.
When you face Cass Tech, you know you're going to get a disciplined team that's going to showcase a lot of speed. What do you do to get your guys ready, knowing that all year people are going to want to knock off the defending state champs?
Right. Well, I don't know. We kind of do the same thing every year, and we have a countdown clock, and we've been looking at that a long time at Cass Tech. We want to play good competition. We knew they had a lot of good players, and it should be a great game. They got the speed to match us. There's no question. So we'll see what happens.
Well, your games are the final games. So let's take a look at the schedule for the entire weekend, because Kurt Kosmowski and the guys have put together just a fantastic schedule once again. It all starts on Thursday. Clinton and Manchester get it going at 5 o'clock. And that's followed by Howell and Sterling Heights-Stevenson, which kicks off at 8 o'clock this Thursday night at Eastern Michigan. Friday, there will be another pair of games on the schedule. It's going to be Heartland taking on Ann Arbor Skyline at 5 p.m. And the second half of that doubleheader is going to be Novi and Chelsea. Now, 4 games highlight what you're going to see on Saturday, and get there early, because Plymouth is going to play Monroe St. Mary's Catholic Central at 11 a.m., Lake Fenton and Gabriel Richard at 2, then the games we were just discussing with the coaches. Brother Rice takes on Martin Luther King, that's at 5 o'clock, and no question, the marquee matchup week 1 in Michigan, Farmington Hills Harrison against Cass Tech. Tell me why you're involved in the Big Day Prep Showdown. Why is this good for high school football?
Well, I think it gets a lot of people that are football fans get to see a lot of good talent, a lot of good teams in one place. And I've been over there and watched it a number of years and thought it'd be a lot of fun to go over there and play.
But while you're here, it's exciting for me to unveil to our viewers, and while you're sitting here, how Channel 7 will be covering high school football. We're really picking it up this year. I want to walk you through what our plans are. You can go to WXYZ.com, learn much more about it. 7 on your sidelines. You, the fans, get a chance to vote for the game of the week. I'll kick it off every Sunday right here on the Sports Update. I'll let you know what our finalists are for week 1 in just a minute. Live reports each and every Friday from Brad Galley at 5 and 6. He will highlight the game, and you'll see highlights from many games at 11 o'clock right here on 7 and also on WXYZ.com. We're asking you to upload video and pictures. Tell us why your team should be included as a finalist in the Game of the Week voting, and then a very neat initiative called It's Our Game, where we're going to feature essays from students who play the game, cheerleaders, band members, managers. We want high schoolers to be a part of our coverage. You can continue the conversation with us on Twitter. The hashtag is 7Sidelines, and learn all you want to at WXYZ.com/sports. Now, the finalists for week 1, we need you to go to the website and start voting. It's going to be Walled Lake Central at Canton on Thursday night, Catholic Central at Dearborn-Fortson, Livonia Stevenson at Livonia Franklin, Lake Orion at Oxford. Those are the 4 finalists. The only game that's played Thursday at Walled Lake Central and Canton. The other 3 are all Friday night games. Now, coaches, I know you have fantastic games too, but we're focusing in on the Thursday and Friday games for our Game of the Week coverage. So we thank you so much for coming in and joining us. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
Knocking on the door at 600. We wish you the best. And you,
All right.
good luck
Thank you very
defending that
much.
championship.